John Wheeler's first presentation as a Group 1 winner was at Awapuni in 1983. The horse was Nordic Seal and the race was the Manawatu Sires Produce Stakes. The trophies at home indicate there were many more presentations over the following decades, as this Taranaki-based horseman steadily forged an outstanding reputation as a trainer of great gallopers and jumpers. Wheeler's interest in racing developed early. His father Raymond was a racing administrator in Taranaki for 30 years, and his son is proudly wearing the racing colours as an 8-year-old. It was a close-knit family who enjoyed their time at the races. In fact, young John was so eager to get close to the action, he managed to get his head wedged between the bars of the birdcage at Stratford as a 10-year-old. He's been stuck on racing ever since. Wheeler's had a lifelong interest in all sports. At 13, he was the Taranaki under-15 tennis champ. He was good at golf and squash and represented the province through the age groups in rugby, and even had hopes of being an All Black. Racing was his main passion, and Wheeler started training as an 18-year-old under his father's name. He went to Australia and worked in the stables of Bart Cummings, where he learned the benchmark for success. The lessons learned under the Cups King became evident in the following years. The horse that marked his arrival on the international stage as a trainer of note was Poetic Prince in the 1988 Cox Plate.
Our Poetic Prince, the leader, halfway down the running. Bone Crusher finishing on. Our Poetic Prince and Horlicks is flying home, but our Poetic Prince in front, near home, and will win. Our Poetic Prince by a length and a quarter, Horlicks second, and Bone Crusher third, and all New Zealand finish in the Cox Plate of 1988. They're followed by El Murder Jazz.
Further success in Australia followed for Wheeler and Poetic Prince, with victories in the Tancred Stakes and Queen Elizabeth Stakes in the autumn. It marked the start of a golden era for Wheeler, as the next champion to emerge from the stables was Rough Habit. He was to become a household name in New Zealand and a legend in Queensland with 29 wins, including 11 Group 1s. The first was the Queensland Derby in 1990. The Queensland success was a testament to the skills of Wheeler as a horseman, and also an indication of his preference for the relaxed atmosphere of the Sunshine State. One of the guiding principles throughout his career has been a passion for the horse. To him, it's always been about a love of horses and racing rather than the occasion. The pair covered themselves in more glory in the following years as Rough Habit won 3 Doomben Cups and 2 Stradbroke handicaps. The most memorable was the 1992 Stradbroke. Rough Habit was last approaching the home turn.
Rough Habit's flying on the rails. Rough Habit moved up, grabbed the lead, and he's won the Stradbroke. What a performance. Rough Habit first, Barossa Boy second.
Legendary race caller Peter Kelly regarded that as the greatest race he ever saw under handicap conditions. Rough Habit was only the second horse to win the Stradbroke Handicap and Doomben Cup in the same year, earning him the New Zealand Horse of the Year title. Rough Habit and Viandacross, another Wheeler stable star, combined later that year to produce another piece of racing magic, a Quinella in the McKinnon Stakes.
Viandacross is dashing through. Viandacross has grabbed the lead, and Viandacross, fantastic win, beats Rough.
The Australian Cup followed in the autumn as Viandacross won 5 Group 1s as a 4-year-old and the Australian Racehorse of the Year title. Producing champion gallopers is only half of the Wheeler training story. His versatility is demonstrated by the jumping success in the classic races on both sides of the Tasman, planned from stables in Taranaki and Victoria.
Fox Boy straightening up.
It took Wheeler several attempts, but he finally landed one of the first of 4 Grand Annual steeplechases at Warrnambool in 1997. It's one of Australia's top 3 jumps events.
Cleared it beautifully. A magnificent display of jumping by this New Zealand horse, trained by John Wheeler, ridden brilliantly by Brett Scott. He's halfway down the running. He's got the Grand Annual all parcelled up. He's gone further ahead. And Fox Boy, one of the best wins we've ever seen in a Grand Annual, passes the post.
The man in the saddle for many of the big jumps victories over the years has been Brett Scott. They share a special understanding of horses, and Scott is foreman of Wheeler's stable near Melbourne. The list of great jumpers and wins over the years is extensive. Crafty Dancer won the Grand National Steeplechase and the Australian Steeplechase in 2002. In the same year, St Stephen became the first Australasian horse to win the Nakayama Grand Jump in Japan, the richest steeplechase in the world. The list is even longer for Real Tonic, which has the Grand Annual Steeplechase, Grand National Hurdles, the Great Eastern Steeplechase and the Great Northern Steeplechase among his credits.
Trying real hard on the inside. I'm an ace. Real Tonic's coming after them. Here we go again in the sharp Great Northern Steeplechase, and Real Tonic has beaten I'm an ace. What a win. Real Tonic and Brett Scott and John Wheeler get the prize.
The home of the Great Eastern Steeplechase at Oakbank near Adelaide has a special place in Wheeler's heart. He loves the atmosphere and colour of the annual jumping carnival, and that the people who attend really like horses. He's recognised as the king of Oakbank, as by 2009, Wheeler had claimed 7 Great Eastern Steeplechase victories. There was a period when the painter of the winning colours was rarely required. The key to Wheeler's success over the years with both gallopers and jumpers has been his hands-on approach with the horses. He usually has up to 70 in training and another 30 round the stables. He can't ride them all every day, but he's known for washing them down, a chance to physically check the condition and detect any signs of soreness or other problems. That extends to feeding the current champions and the horses full of potential. Wheeler always makes up the feeds according to his own formula, developed from years of experience in producing winners over jumps and on the flat. At the time of Wheeler's induction into the Racing Hall of Fame, the Group 1 winners stood at 35. That number was boosted in 2009 by another win in the Queensland Derby, this time by Court Ruler.
Shocking and Court Ruler. Larry's never late. Court Ruler shocking with Court Ruler. Court Ruler taking the lead from Shocking, and Court Ruler won the Derby from Shocking. Larry's never late and Prima Song.
John Wheeler's already cemented his place as one of the best trainers New Zealand has seen. Yet there's no doubt winners will continue to emerge from Wheeler's stables for many years to come.